ass. Cause they taking us for play, and I ain't having that shit. So if you Gen X, I made up this game. Y'all just play along, alright? Lego. If you ever been hit in the face with a tetherball, you owe me a like. If you ever been burnt on the back of the neck by a curling iron, you owe me a like. If you had a pair of metal skates, you owe me a like. If you know what Gordon Cottrell is, share this to your story. If you ever played Pitfall, you owe me a like. If your mama ever hit you with an orange Hot Wheel track, you owe me a like. If you ever held 2 thumbs up and said, hey, like the Fonz, you owe me a repost. If you wore leg warmers in Reebok, you owe me a like. If you wore Ozard before they changed it to Lacoste, share this to your story. If you watched Fraggle Rock, you owe me a like. If you had a high top fade, you owe me a like. If you had a boombox, you owe me a like. If you had a pair of jellies, you owe me a like. If you had a pair of them black karate shoes, you owe me a like. If you ever been slung off a merry-go-round, you owe me a repost. If you had a beeper, you owe me a like. If you used to watch Kung Fu Theater, you owe me a repost. If you ever participated in Knock the Stick Off My Shoulder and it's gonna be a fight, you owe me a like. If you had a Jerry curl, you owe me a repost. If you ever wore shoes from Payless, you owe me a like. If you ever used a card catalog, you owe me a like. If you ever beatbox with your mouth, you owe me a like. And if you ever called the Quiet Storm to dedicate a song, share this to your stories. Whoop, there it is. How many of these apply to you? Let's jump to analytics.